there he went up to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with you and will bless you, and multiply your offspring for my servant Abraham's sake. So he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well. This is a passage from Genesis 26, and it talks of when Isaac encountered God in a wilderness. And when Isaac encountered God, at the very spot he encountered him, he set up his whole life there. Isaac decided that this was the place he was going to continue to pray to God, and this was the place he wanted his tent or his house, and therefore his household, to live. He wanted to be so immersed in the presence of God. He even dug his well there so that the water he drew came from the area of the presence of God. So by Isaac setting up his entire life around the presence of God, he was assuring that he would be like a tree planted by streams of living water, because he really was planting himself by streams of living water, that is, the presence of God. I just love his zeal. He gets so excited and determined to be devoted to God. When he encounters him, he decides this is going to be his home. This is going to be where his wife is. This is going to be where his children are and what they're around, and any of his servants and also his animals. The part that sticks out to me the most is that that's where he dug the well. Because digging the well is a picture of drawing from the presence of God. And that's what Isaac was doing. Now, the water itself wasn't special water, but the spiritual principle there is what I want you to focus on. Isaac wanted his household, his servants, and his livestock to drink from this well, to draw from this well that was in the presence of God. And I can't help but see Jesus in that illustration, because he is the well of living water that we freely come to and draw from, and he fills us with himself. He fills us with the presence of God. I'd like to read John 7:37 through 39 for you, and it says, On the last day of the feast, the great day, Jesus stood up and cried out, If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as the scripture has said, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water. Now this he said about the Spirit, whom those who believed in him were to receive. For as yet the Spirit had not been given, because Jesus was not yet glorified. Jesus invites us to set up our household around him, to make him the epicenter of our life, to let him be where we draw from daily. So I ask you, are you thirsty? Are you thirsty for peace? Are you thirsty for purpose and happiness, contentment, joy? Are you thirsty for any good thing? Because if you are, Jesus is the source you need to go to. Jesus is where you need to dig your well. Jesus is where you need to set your heart and make him the center of your life, because he absolutely will fill you and quench all your desires. He will give you his peace. He will give you his joy. He will give you contentment. He will give you all your heart desires if you just come to him. Are you thirsty, friends? Do you have the same zeal as Isaac when you encounter the presence of God? Do you become determined to set up your entire life in the presence of God? If you are thirsty, drink Jesus. Only he can satisfy the soul. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video has blessed you. Bye.